Good Thursday morning, everybody. Little Friday. Good morning to you on this March the 2nd. I'm Chris Allen, Sam Channel Weather. Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter, all sponsored by Ace Hardware Marketplace. Well, yesterday we hit another record, 81 degrees. Bowling Green, 81 degrees, breaking the old record of 76 set on, 2 years it was set on that same day, 1976 and 2006. And that 81 degrees was 26 degrees warmer than we should be. For this time of the year, we should be at 55 for an average high temperature. So, it's like just throwing the records out the window. We've done it now 3 times, and we could do it again here soon. We'll just see how the next 24 to 36 hours play out, and then we're going to settle things down. But I can tell you, the weather stick today is showing blue. Today is going to be just fine. But you see in this monitor behind me, that's the low pressure system that's going to come through tomorrow. And I'm predicting, and it's not a hard prediction, that the weather stick is going to be red tomorrow. We're going to talk about severe wind like we had on Monday, possibly even stronger. Yes. Remember, we had power outages, we had trees down, we had all kinds of issues. Same thing is going to happen tomorrow, except this time there's going to be heavy rain and thunderstorms and even a tornado threat. Now, Monday, when we had all those strong winds, we didn't have rain. I mean, there was a little, but it came in a burst and then it was over. This is going to be a deluge of rain, wind-driven rain with gusty high winds, and then the severe weather threat. So tomorrow, I can almost guarantee that weather stick is going to be red. So as it should be, because tomorrow is just not looking very good at all. So today we get the calm before the storm and the quiet. So weather stick is blue as we're rid of the rains from yesterday and overnight. They're all gone now. There's the system just kind of pushing through now, but much weaker. Now this system is going to go further south into Tennessee and just kind of either dissipate or just kind of lay there. It's a boundary, really, waiting on the main system, which is way back west of us, and will meet up with the stalled front in Tennessee and then come back north as a warm front. And this thing's going to wobble back and forth and just enhance the moisture. We got a very strong jet stream, a very active jet stream that's going to just punch that moisture right back into Kentucky along with the gusty winds. And you can see that we've got cloud cover this morning, although there's a little bit of, looks like a hole opening up here in Bowling Green and just east of us. But I'm just going to say today is going to be mainly cloudy. The rain is pretty much over with until we get into late tonight and into tomorrow morning. Tomorrow morning is going to be kind of a rough start for your finally Friday. I can just tell you, as you get up around this time tomorrow morning, about 5 a.m. and then beyond, it is going to be kind of a crazy Friday for sure. Okay, let's take a look at the model blender here. And as you can see, we're going to go from a bit cooler mid 60s today. We hit low 80s yesterday. So it is going to feel noticeably cooler, but that's still running well above average for this time of the year. Tonight, the rain moves back in, 50s, mid to upper 50s, 70 tomorrow as we get the high winds, the heavy rains, severe storms. Then we cool back down as the frontal boundary finally, and that low pressure system finally pushed through Friday night. So Saturday, a relaxing 60. The weekend actually looks really nice with lots of sunshine, temperatures then starting to recover a little more, mid 60s by Sunday. Here we go again, mid 70s on Monday, and then another reset of sorts. And look at that, after Tuesday of next week, we start to see a nice leveling off of temperatures to where we ought to be this time of the year, which is the mid 50s. So, yeah, things are going to settle down. Am I seeing cold? No, they're still not cold there. Am I seeing winter? No. Somebody asked me yesterday, they heard somebody say maybe snow. I'm like, when? Late this year? Maybe when winter comes back around or fall? I don't see it happening now. I mean, we're into March. It's happened before, and we may get one little sock of, a cold punch that could bring us some flurries or something. But as far as a big snow and cold for several days, I don't see it. Just don't see it. I could be wrong. I've been wrong before, but I just don't see it right now. Okay. Here's a look at the Kentucky Mesonet network of stations all across the Commonwealth this morning. And we have really mostly 50s everywhere. Temperatures mild this morning, even though it's not going to be as warm today. You won't have to wear a thick coat or anything like that. It's all just nice and mild this morning. Okay, let's get to the nitty gritty and show you what the models are putting out here for the next several days. Here's the remnant showers to the east of us this morning and continuing to move off to the east. So we put everything into motion here. Notice we're practically done with the rain today. But notice, as this low pressure system, and this is the one that is going to be the culprit of the bad weather, notice how it starts to bring in. Now this low, first of all, comes in from the Pacific. Okay, so it's got a warmer fetch to it, and we've been privy to the warmer air, so that's not going to change. But the forcing here, the jet stream, jet energy is really what I should say, is going to start forcing rain back into our area. As this low strengthens and moves to the east, it's got some punch to it. So it won't take long for the rains to start to come back. And you can see how this thing is going to get organized by tomorrow morning, actually late tonight, early tomorrow morning. We start to see scattered showers, nothing severe at the onset. Okay. So here's our low back here over Texas. It is going to take a path that's going to take it right through the Missouri Ozarks and then into the upper Ohio Valley. But you can see here over eastern Texas how this thing is getting organized now. That's the jet energy punching in with a big squall line of thunderstorms, and I foresee some real trouble down there. So let's advance on into the day tomorrow. We get a little bit of a dry punch after the morning warm front lifts northward with that first batch of showers early in the morning. Then as this thing deepens and deepens and deepens as it moves into Arkansas and Missouri, that's when you're going to start to see an intense line of thunderstorms. And that's what we've got to watch for tomorrow afternoon, a midday even. Let's see the time here. Yeah, that's only late morning. As we punch onward here, this is what I'm concerned about. Look at these individual red dots here. That is indicative of individual potential supercell thunderstorms. But eventually all of this is going to become more linear and form a line, like a squall line of thunderstorms with intense bowing echoes. And by that, I mean those upper winds come down, hit the ground with a very strong force, therefore, potential straight line damaging wind and a tornado threat. Not a big tornado threat, but a tornado threat. Remember, there is a ton of wind here. Look at how compact all these isobars, equal lines of pressure. Look how they're tightly wound. All those little black lines are equal lines of pressure. And when they're tightly wound around low pressure, this thing just sits and spins, as I've showed you before. And I mean, it's going to be a monster. Uh, that doesn't necessarily mean we're going to get a tornado outbreak, but it would not surprise me at all that tomorrow we have a few tornado warnings or even a tornado watch, then possibly some tornado warnings, severe thunderstorm warnings, and heavy rain. There's already a flood watch and a wind advisory. Both of those things are already up for tomorrow. So that's why I'm saying weather stick is going to be in the red tomorrow. Everybody, everybody. You don't have to ask me about a particular town. Everybody is going to be under the gun tomorrow. Look at those. Look at those. Boom, 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 boom. Little red dots. Whew. I hope this doesn't happen. Some of these with the onset here could be supercell type, as I mentioned, and those would be the ones that could produce the tornadoes if we get any. So this is around midday tomorrow. And here's a dry slot that's going to come in after this initial line comes through. But then the low by that time is in southern Illinois and continuing to track off to the north. So maybe we can escape the really hefty stuff as it moves on to the east. I would think a higher threat of severe weather is going to be north and east of I-65, closer to the low and east of the low. That's usually on the right-hand side of the low pressure system where we get some of the worst of the weather. And then you can see after that, by tomorrow afternoon, then we just have some residual showers that are just swinging by on the backside of the low. What about all this snow? Nah, not for us. Not for us. It's still, look at the warm air. It's and look at the cold air has retreated or will retreat, and we're in that zonal flow that has not stopped all winter. And this is why since Christmas we've just not had that much of a winter, and I really don't see us having a winter like that. Not this year. That doesn't mean it's always going to be this way, but it's just the way the pattern is set up this go round. So, what about the severe weather threat? It's there, certainly tomorrow, more so than what we had set up on Monday. Monday was just all about wind, very little rain, a lot of wind. This time, high winds, potential damaging winds, a small tornado threat, heavy rain and flooding threat. All of that, every bit of that is on the table tomorrow. And as you can see, even west of Bowling Green to the east, we're in that yellow shaded area. That's a level 2 slight risk. And really, using the word slight is not really all that appropriate. It's a threat. It's a valid threat. And I think tomorrow is just going to be a noisy, busy weather day for all of us. So I'm hoping your weather radios are turned on and you've got your lawn furniture and trash receptacles and all that stuff secured, because it's going to be a crazy day tomorrow. And it looks like it's going to start even around this time, 5 a.m. Tomorrow morning. Quick look at the surface map here. Here's the front that has just come through. It's going to stall, as I mentioned, and come back north as a warm front as that low pressure system deepens. There it is at 997 millibars, coming through the panhandle of Texas and Oklahoma, giving it that little wobble. Sort of, we call it quasi stationary because it's just kind of almost parked, almost stalled out, but it's going to come back as a warm front as we get into tomorrow morning. Look at the deep red. That is heavy rain and severe weather threat as early as late tonight for Texas, Arkansas, West Tennessee, northern Mississippi, Alabama, that whole area. That's where tonight we're going to have some real problems. But you can see the heavy rain, the dark green already moving in. That's the first wave of rain tomorrow morning. Then as the low continues to deepen, 986 millibars. That's pretty strong, like the one on Monday. And here it comes. Not only two areas of low pressure, but this thing is doing the lean. It's tilting. Yes, that means it's wrapping around itself, becoming occluded. And you see a straw here, what I call the straw, that is sucking up all the moisture. It's tapped in the Gulf of Mexico, that disturbance, that trough, shortwave. And you see the tightly wound areas of pressure, isobars, windy, extremely windy. Wind gusts, again, are going to be above 50 miles per hour or even close to 60 tomorrow. Here we go into tomorrow night. This thing does move out pretty quickly. And by Saturday into Sunday, we're all good. The weekend, as I mentioned, looks great. Here we go into Monday. Into Tuesday, a weaker system comes in with a chance of showers, but I'm not concerned about that one. So, weather stick today in the blue, but tomorrow I can guarantee it's going to be in the red. So prepare today for what's coming tomorrow. It's going to be a very active weather day. All right, you guys, I'm headed to the radio station, Sam 100.7, and to play some music and have some fun this morning and give away some things. In the meantime, God bless you. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the radio.